Previously on Survivor LU. A tribe swap mixes the game up, resulting in Gihan and Tigris splits. Ben, being the odd man out, made connections with the Tigris Alliance.
And got to get to know them a lot better and establish relationships with them, which I think was really good. They may be more willing to work with me in the future over other members of Former Gihan.
Gihan ultimately put in more work as Luke and Liz found two idols.
Right here, it's gotta be it. Let's freaking go.
Yo, look at that. Hey.
Congratulations, you found it. You can keep it from being voted out of council.
The former Gihan successfully utilized both idols
Yeah, this is I don't want to play for Liz tonight.
and eliminated Megan and Garrett from the game,
Garrett, your tribe has spoken.
tying things up 5 Tigris, 5 Gihan. To our left, who will be voted out next?
Luke and Liz obviously want to vote together. I've had conversations with Luke, and Luke wants to keep me around. Luke also just told me, yo Dawson, I have an idol.
So I have this little sucker. Oh my gosh, I wanted to tell you about.
What?
So,
Wait, what?
like, I'm willing to like play a guy for Liz, like just to make sure like you don't get him turning your back.
And so he told me he has an idol, so that means he's not voting me. That also means he trusts me, and this is also good for my game in the merge, because if he's playing his idol now, that means that's one less idol to worry about in the merge. I think I'm gonna use the relationship with Luke, just like I will use any other relationship in the game to get me where I need to go. They're not people, they're chess pieces, and yes, they are people, but you need to strategically manipulate them to see things that you want them to see and to hear things that you want them to hear. I do want to continue working with Luke. And the fact that he showed me the idol means that he wants to continue working with me and he trusts me, and he's not telling anybody how close we are, which is like, that's really cool. So it's like I have another Nicole on my side, but like this time it's less genuine on my part. But I've realized that I'm becoming a good liar, and it's kind of scaring me. Like, I lied about what time I came in for curfew. Like, that's not even a part of the game. It's like just transcending into my life. Like, this game is not good.
Hey Sean, getting your first look at the new Tigris tribe.
He's right on there. Megan. Wow. What's up, guys? See you, my guy.
Alright, now, the Gihan tribe, come on out. Getting your first look at the Gihan tribe. Garrett voted out in the last tribal council.
2 original Tigris members voted out this week.
Good job, guys. Okay, guys, so there's a lot of shocked faces. As you can see, 2 Tigris members voted out at each tribal council, meaning that we are 5-5 based on original tribes. But tribes really don't mean anything anymore because you can drop your vote.
Yes! Let's go!
All right, you guys have to come up with your tribe names. So.
Euphrates.
Hey, bud.
What's up, Mom?
Hey.
Hey, I made the merge.
Yay! Awesome, buddy. Congrats.
Thank you.
All right. This week, this is what you'll be playing for. Individual immunity, backup for grabs.
All right, so this challenge will take place over 3 stages. Each stage, a certain number of people will be eliminated. In the first stage, we will split up into 2 groups of 5. Then each player will run and go up and under logs to retrieve 2 balls. The first 3 players from each group that retrieve all 2 of their balls and place them on the ground by their starting position move on. The other 4 are eliminated. Those 6 that make it go on to the second stage, where each player will take turns attempting to knock down cups. Each player will get 4 attempts per round. The first 3 players to knock down all 4 cups, or the 3 players that knock down the most cups after 10 rounds move on to stage 3. In the third stage, the 3 remaining players will race to complete a famous Survivor puzzle. This is a 5-piece puzzle that forms a square. First player to finish their puzzle wins immunity and is safe from being voted out at the next week's tribal council. Everyone else, vulnerable. All right, going in the first seat, we have MJ, Luke, Ben, Liz, and Nicole. The survivors ready. Go! Luke in the lead early. Ben taking off. Luke already heading back with the second one. Over, under, over, under. Ben looks like a ninja out here. All right, Luke drops the first one. MJ drops the first one. Ben drops the first one. Liz and Nicole still making their way back. So far, Luke, Ben, MJ filling the challenge. That's him throwing his body across. Ben is almost there. Ben and Luke, both, and MJ go to the next round. Liz and Nicole eliminated. Second heat, we have Alexa, Nathan, Dawson, Nate, and Ellie competing. Survivors ready, go! Everyone off to an even start. Nate already falls. Dawson already in the lead. He's taking off. Nathan falls again. Dawson heading out. Dawson already back with his first one before most people are even there yet. Dawson in the lead. Nathan slowing down. Alexa taking over. Alexa falls. Nate with his first ball back. Ellie heading out for her second. Dawson already back and on to the next round. Put your balls down. Your balls have to be on the ground. Now they are gone. Dawson moves on. Ellie coming back with her second one. Ellie will be moving on to the next portion of this challenge. Nate coming back. Nate will also be moving on. Dawson, Nate, and Ellie moving on. Alexa and Nathan not.
And now, on to our second round, where players must knock down their 4 cups.
Ellie almost hits down the first. She misses early. Ellie hits down 1. And that is Ellie's 4 hits. Ellie has hit the first one. Ben up next. Ben hits the first cup off. Ben barely misses the second. Ben hits the second. Already halfway through. He has one last ball and misses narrowly. Ben with the first 2 done. All right, Nate. Whenever you're ready. Nate destroys the first one. Destroys the second one. He's trying to break our cups. Misses the third one. And misses the second. Nate with the first 2 off the board. We're ready. We're good. Luke misses the first. Hits the first again. The second try. Hits the second immediately. And barely misses the third. Skips off the post. That was right there. MJ up next. See if she can improve on everyone else's. MJ fires for the far ones. Not able to hit them so far. Long again and long again. Dawson hits the first. Dawson hits the second. No one yet to be able to get the third one. Dawson not able to either. And Dawson misses again long. Dawson just has to hit this last ball and he can move on to this next stage. Misses to the left. A little high. Dawson a little bit low. He's all over the place. And he hits it! Dawson moves on to the third stage of this challenge. He is psyched. Ben, unable to connect. Misses low. Ben hits the third one. He needs to just hit this last one and he can move on to the next stage of this challenge with Dawson. And misses high, unable to move on. He can seal his ticket to stage 3 right here. Let's see how he does. Rifles it low. Nate taking that, and Nate moves on to stage 3 of this challenge. Luke just needs this last one. Lost it, hits it off. All right, MJ, the only shot of causing a tiebreaker here. She has to hit these 2 down or it's game over. Luke, Dawson, and Nate move on to the next round. MJ up, a lot of pressure here. Misses high. She has to connect with both of these balls. Hits the first. If she connects, she causes a tiebreaker. Does she believe in herself? You have to dig deep. Let's see if she will. And misses low. Nate, Dawson, and Luke move on to the next stage of this competition. Survivors ready, go. Let's see if they can connect and win this on the puzzle portion. Dawson making some progress. It'll make a perfect square. So there'll be 4 equal corners. And this is not an easy puzzle. This puzzle was seen on Survivor Second Chances. Spencer Bledsoe won this challenge and did the puzzle in 15 seconds. Luke taking a look at Dawson's puzzle. See if he can find any inspiration there. 13 minutes into this challenge. Dawson doing the same thing over and over and over again. Trying to see what works together. Coming up with empty spots in his puzzle. Still no progress. 17 minutes into this challenge. Moving things around, trying to find that perfect shape. Dawson making some progress, and Dawson wins immunity. Safe from tribal council, everyone else vulnerable to go home this week. After 19 minutes, he finally finds that correct answer.
All right, Dawson, come get the immunity necklace.
Dawson, safe from tribal council, everyone else vulnerable. You have a week's time to work things out. Better get to work. We'll see you guys next time.
I'm so glad that I won the immunity this time because it's such a pivotal vote. This next tribal council will determine the rest of the game. And there is a possibility of going to rocks, and so like I'm just taken away from this. Taken away from the stress, taken away from the possibility of being voted home. It's just nice knowing that I'm safe, but at the same time, like I know that like I displayed my true qualities, which I said I would probably try to hide a little bit, and so I'm kind of nervous about how people perceive me.
Okay, so the last week was a little weird. I mean, we were down 7-5. We weren't really sure what was going to happen, but now going into this week, the playing fields are a little bit even. We have a lot going for us now, and there's a lot of questions about what's going to go on, what's going to happen this week. And you know, looking at my game specifically, the question is what am I going to do with this week? And I do have an answer for that. I have absolutely no idea.
You see, it may seem like that I'm in a really good position right now, but I would say it's complicated to that. Yes, I know. I risked a lot to be in this position right now and to help the old Beehive. I mean, I played 2 idols for heaven's sakes, but I'm not comfortable where I am. Part of the reason is because I feel like no one's going to really flip, and I feel like there's not going to be a lot of people that are going to be willing on both sides to make the jump. And when I say make the jump, I think you guys know what that means. You know, flipping sides, jumping ship. You know what I'm trying to say. So, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. And I'm thinking about it, and it really seems like it's gonna end up being 5-5 on the vote Monday, and we may or may not be going to Rocks. That's the most likely possibility right now, and that really, really scares me. So I have to think about what I can do to prevent that. I have a really good connection with Dawson, and I have, you know, really good connection with the old Gihan members as well. Is that gonna be enough for me to be comfortable going, or to me just to get to the next week, really? That's what I'm trying to think about right now, and it's probably not. So I'm gonna try to keep developing this relationship with Dawson. I'm going to make sure that the 5 old relationships that I have are gonna be really good and solid, and I might try to get one more person that I can develop a good connection with.
First off, I'm really upset about how Tribal ended up going. Obviously Megan was really sweet. I didn't get to know her that well, so I'm not that broken up about it. But Garrett was like one of my #1 alliances, so me, him, and MJ were hoping to kind of carry it all the way through to the end. So that sucked.
Which, even though I'm sad that we don't have the numbers going into the merge, it worked out well for me because Megan voted for me last Tribal, so good riddance. They did my dirty work for me by getting rid of her.
We met tonight after the challenge and talked for a little bit.
Garrett literally was like, these people have not stopped lying since the first day. And then I was like, so true. And then it was like, Alexa was like, oh, I don't remember the last time I told him the truth. Yeah, I told him like that on Monday, but I changed my vote on Tuesday and then Thursday. Like they do not, like we come out of it like, let's be honest, but like also let's like see where everyone's fill it out. Okay, I agree with you. That's not how they play the game. So we need to put our lying faces on and start pretending like who's our fake target for this week and let that person sit.
Ben is the only person on their tribe that's still in the game that's received votes from them. So in multiple tribal councils, he's been voted for.
He told you that.
Yes. Did we take him under your wing?
Yes, and he's very open to working with us because obviously he knows that if it gets down to the 5 of them, they're just going to pick him off first.
He kind of said, he was like, yeah, I'd be willing, and we we're like, yeah, like, we would want to work with you. And he's like, yeah, like, I'm open to working with you guys, like, and he didn't really seem connected with that many people, because, yeah, he was saying he was at the bottom. And
they don't really like each other that much.
And
like, that's what I've learned, they don't like each other.
I feel like if we just keep Ben and get rid of the rest of them, it would work out fine.
Yeah, all of them, I trust him the
He basically said that he doesn't trust them.
No.
And the thing is,
he's at the bottom of the totem pole.
But hopefully we're hoping we can sway Ben to our side. I think Ben will be pretty easy to persuade for the most part, which is because he simply recognizes like he's on the bottom of Gihan. He would be dumb not to trust us as Tigress, not to stick with us.
I'm most intimidated by Luke, Liz, and Alexa. I'm just saying.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So who is our target? Because
Our
mine is, like, I don't see why I wouldn't vote him out. So,
I just feel like he's an obvious target.
Obvious.
I feel like he's a good fake target for us.
like, we would end up getting sent home if we picked him.
I feel like if anyone would play an idol on that tribe, it would be him, and they would know that they expect us to go after him because he's such a good,
Alexa,
a big threat.
she's the brains behind that trio. Alexa's
Really?
the
I agree.
first.
And I think
She just came out with her own book. Like she just released a book.
That's
She's
so cool. I want to release a book.
She's a very smart person. Very smart.
I think that's good.
And she's a psychology major, so like she knows how the mind works.
We're thinking we're gonna try to vote Alexa, but throw the other team off by saying we're gonna vote someone else. But wouldn't surprise me if Alexa reached out to me. just because we know each other, she might think I'll be more loyal to her. I don't trust her though. I would love to. She's so sweet, but I also know she's so smart. So I don't trust her, and I won't trust her.
I think Luke's an easy fake. I'm already talking about around people like, what the heck?
Or just
I don't think we
should.
should tell them outright who we're voting for. I think we should let MJ plan it with Nathan that we're trying to, because she trusts him and they have somewhat of a connection, to plant that with him that we're voting out Luke. So that way, at least, if anything, Nathan, if he does want to vote with us, he'll vote for Luke. And if he doesn't, then he'll tell them and they'll think we're voting.
Okay, that's good.
I mean, this next tribal is going to change the game because it's either going to eliminate a Gihan or it's going to eliminate a Tigress, and that's going to decide who has majority from here on out. And if a Tigress goes, the rest of us, it's only a matter of time. It's going to be every week. We're just going to get picked off one by one. So
I think what's going to happen is Tigress is going to try to rope me in with them, and then try to get me to go along with them for a like a 6. But you see, the problem is with that is if I were to go do that, I'm basically betraying all my alliances with former Gihan, and now they don't want to trust or work with me ever again. I think that they would probably, like, after they got rid of the rest of them, they was just like, all right, Ben, your time's done. You're done now. We're going with 5 Tigers to the end, baby. And that, like, would not be a good course of action for me.
And we came up with a really, really good plan, I feel like, to get one of them out. Hard for that.
Getting a little call to Liz.
It's gonna be hard for this.
I know. So Megan tried to pull me in to get the vote Liz off. And basically her argument was to me that she was like, listen, like, you know, all of us in Tigers have, our plan is to just completely annihilate all of Gihan. We'll let you be the last one, and you can be used for like the votes with us. And that was her like.
Megan said that?
Wow, that is a huge blunder on her part. This week determines who wins the game. I thoroughly believe that. If we lose this vote, I don't think any of us 5 will win the game. What about the 3 from your tribe, your old tribe?
Yeah.
You, Liz, and Alexa. So if you met with them, you could be like, and you could be the one that masterminds it and just be like, hey, I think that and you could say like, me, Liz, and Alexa are like the bottom of our 5. Like you could act like we're like the kings or something.
You guys are the like power duo.
And then you can be like Dawson and MJ, just really smart.
I feel like if our best bet would be to be like, hey, we can make a final, or this can be the final 6. What we do is like we vote out the 3 main threats. We'll do MJ, Luke, Nate, or MJ, Luke, Nathan, and then we're good to go. And then, or I think what we could do is like claim that like or like when it's you 2 guys like found like another idol or something like that, and then say like, yeah, like they basically like they know that like we don't like trust them and whatnot, and like they're gonna play their idol on like one of like you 2.
Or maybe like you can convince them to split even crazy split on us.
Oh, if they did split them. Oh my gosh, that's actually genius. So what we could do is like, I just realized that is so smart. So like me, you and Alexa would approach like the Tigers tribe and be like, yeah, like Nathan and Luke are like the power kings of like the tribe.
You just go to all 5.
Yeah, exactly. We'll go to all 5. And then we would be like, yeah, we split the votes 4-4 on you guys, because it's like one of you 2 has an idol, and then it's like they're going to play it, and then we vote out MJ.
That would work.
Like,
that would work.
Oh my gosh.
This could be it. That's the move. That's the move.
Dude, you are a genius.
Oh my goodness. That's the move, boys. Liz, Alexa, and Ben are going to switch to their 5, to the original Tigress 5, and say, hey, we want to get one of them out. They have an idol. They're a threat. That way they split the votes 4-4 on me and Luke. And then we actually, in reality, vote together, voting one of them out. Because they split, we take majority, we take one of them out 5-4.
So we are out here today. This is my mother. And I came to show my mom a tour, and we started to look for hidden immunity idols above
DeMoss. Mom, how does this make you feel? Do you enjoy this?
Yes, I do.
Yes, she fully supports me in my survivor endeavors. Mom's looking. Anything back there, Mom? Anything in the bushes?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet. We're gonna keep looking though. We're hopeful, yes. Yes, we are. And we'll see. Say goodbye, Mother. Thanks for searching with me.
Bye-bye. Good luck.
We built a fake idol today that me and Luke are gonna pretend like we found together.
Okay, on my way to go get my car. We're about to go make this idol. Let's see what happens. Oh! What's up? Yo, welcome to the Gihan Mobile. Come on in.
The what?
The Gihan Mobile. You're right away.
Is Ben in here?
No, we're gonna get right now. Welcome to the Gihan Mobile.
The Gihan Mobile, I like it.
All the boys are here right now.
We're all here.
All the guys are here. We're about to go do some arts and crafts and make an idol.
What?
So let's see if this works. Quick little run. Ended up getting matching beanies. Ben didn't want to get one. It's okay though, but
I'm a college student. I want to save my money.
that's fair. That's
yeah,
fair.
I got like a cheapo Walmart beanie because, like, again, if it works, it works, and
exactly.
That's very wise right there. That's very wise.
I want to get a scarf sometimes.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
That's way too big. Yay.
And then feathers.
Yeah, all we need to get some feathers now and we'll be set. Shoot.
Yay.
Go.
Fake idol time, boys.
Ah!
Yeah. How sharp is this?
This dude's trying to. Oh! Don't stab my seat.
I didn't. I just hit the plastic right here. It's good. I thought
we're gonna.
Okay, that was good.
Nathan's got a knife, everyone. Yeah. Go.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Make it.
Yes. Start making it.
Nathan's gotta film it then.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen,
Here it is.
We have a fake idol.
An immunity idol.
We have a hidden
It's
immunity
too small to wear, but
It doesn't matter. It looks.
Ours were too small to wear. I couldn't.
Yeah,
do it
it
with
was.
my head.
This is like literally.
That's about perfect. Lengthwise, everything is perfect.
Ha!
Yeah.
During the challenge and the puzzle, I was trying to help Nate out because we want him to flip. Well, we want to work with him. And so he texted me right after and was like, thanks for your help and all this stuff. So it kind of worked out exactly how I wanted because I only did it to try to get him to get the idea that I want to work with him. So I'm going to try to meet with Nate to get him to trust me even more and make him think that we're working with him. So they do split the votes.
She thinks that her, Alexa, and Ben will vote out, will vote for Luke on Monday. And she wants the 5 original Tigers to also vote Luke. I told her that I can't promise anything, but she's also open to Nathan going, which is cool. So I think it's just a matter of talking it out with the rest of the people from my original tribe to decide who we're gonna vote for. We are worried about an idol being played, but we all want Luke to go, and that's gonna take a risk at some point. So maybe it's best that he goes, but if we think that he might play it, maybe Nathan's best to vote for this weekend.
And hopefully they are gullible and kind of dumb enough to do that, and then we'll be able to vote one of them out, and they'll have a majority and just kick them all out of the game. So
I would love to have the final 6 be me, Liz, Alexa, Ben, and Nicole and Dawson.
Nate texted me yesterday and something like that, and he said that you guys already met and want to still work with me and whatnot. And honestly, I am really scared of Luke and Nathan, especially since they both found combined 2 idols that they played, and that now they have really big moves on their resumes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I can get Liz and Alexa on board. We could split votes 4-4 between Nate's and Luke, because again, disaster scenario would happen if we put 6 or 7 votes on one of them.
Yeah.
And they play an idol and then they decide who goes home and stuff of that nature.
If you told, maybe they assume that you would want to work with us. So if you
Yeah.
told our group to split votes, then there would be like original Tigers. There would be like 3 of our votes on one person, 2 on another.
Yeah.
And then like the 4 of them, and then you could vote either way, and then the 4 of
Yeah.
them could put all 4 votes on one person, and if our votes were split, then one of like whoever they wanted could go.
Wow.
I just feel like that's not a good idea though. Like there's no way that they're gonna flip on them this early. So either they're lying to Ben. I don't think Ben's lying to us. I think he's genuine and like wanting to do that and thinking that the plan will work out.
I definitely wasn't able to win them over from my knowledge. Just because like, you know, they are smart players and I think they definitely saw it right through it. So it looks like it was a bit of a bust.
All the Tigress members are meeting up. I guess we'll finally specify if it's going to be Alexa or if we're gonna try to join in with Ben, Alexa, and Liz to do a Luke Nathan thing.
Oh, Nate texted.
The group chat or
the group chat. Who are we voting for? Who are we voting for though? I think we have a better chance of them flipping if we vote Nathan or Luke. What if we vote Nathan? If he's like the other mastermind.
I think we should definitely vote Nathan then, because if it does go to rocks, Alexa and Luke will
Have a
both
chance.
be drawing rocks.
I like that.
So
Let's vote Nathan.
MJ does not want to vote Nathan though.
I know, they seem like they're really close.
I think they might be a lot closer than what she lets on.
Okay.
I think the days of Tigress Tribe being like so good and like the better tribe, like in their opinion, I think those days are kind of over. The thought process this week have just blown my mind. The fact that they can't see that, like, they're just like, I just think they're being really naive. Like, why would Gihan vote out, like, why would they not vote a solid 5 if Luke saved Liz this week and Nathan saved Alexa? The only chance is Ben, and Ben just seems like, I don't know, I just could not see Ben, like, for real flipping. I found out yesterday, because I met with Nathan and Luke, that Luke is not as intimidating and is not as, like, he's not as big of a threat as everyone's been making him out to be. Like, and the same with Nathan. So I feel like that's, like, Nathan, he did fool me, so. But I feel like after I saw him lie to me, like, Dawson said it, like, he's like, I know what Luke looks like when he's lying because he lied to me, like, to my face, and I know what Nathan looks like when he lies to me because he lied to my face. And usually my gut instinct, like, after I know someone, is usually right. So, like, I feel like I could read him pretty well, and that is why I'm considering making an alliance with Nathan and Luke and then Dawson.
I don't know, Dawson, he's loyal. Like, we've been, like, kind of in this together since the very beginning.
Yeah.
So, like, I know he'll be loyal, even though he has nothing on the line. He's not going to do that.
Yeah.
So that's the awkward part.
Yeah.
But, like...
Well, I think, too, for Dawson's sake, I think it would be also considered a good move. Like, I think he's a pretty big fan of the game. Yeah. So he would be down to make a big move. I'm ready to make a big move.
Yeah.
You know, and this would be something that could help change the trajectory of the game.
And I think the dynamic of, like, the fact that, like, I didn't play the massive role, but the fact that we're all freshmen, I think that can be easy to convince them of, like, hey, what would it look like if the underdogs kept on?
Seriously.
So, like...
That's a good idea.
I'm going to vote with Tigress. I'm going to vote Alexa if that's who we decide. I don't know if we fully nailed on that. We've changed it pretty much every day this week. If we re-vote and Nate's name is out there, I will vote for Nate. I don't want to vote against Nate, but if I had to vote against someone on our tribe, it'd be Nate. Sorry, Nate, no hard feelings. You just kind of lied about me a lot.
MJ is so scary. I am literally terrified by what's going on in her brain. She deserves to win if she gets to the end. But yeah, I think long term, me, Nicole, Ellie, that's who I want to sit final 3 with. This week's been great for me. I haven't had to worry about a thing. It's kind of actually annoying that my tribe's like stressing out and I'm like, yo, we can chill for a little bit. Like, they're just constantly talking about the game and like every second, like I'm taking quizzes and then like bing, 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 bing. Survivor group chat, Tigress gang is going crazy with like suggestions for this week's plan. And so like, I I guess maybe if my name was on the line, I'd like pay more attention to those. But like I'm literally sitting in class, bing, bing. I'm like, shut up. Can you like live a life and not let Survivor infiltrate? Like the paranoia is real. Like it's literally setting in. The merge is happening. All I know is I'm final 9, and that means I'm pretty awesome.
Okay, fill me in.
So we are going to Rock.
The plan
We had
died.
such a good plan.
It was a great idea, but I think they saw right through it. Unfortunately, I think they just saw that
We underestimated them.
it's just like there's not like we thought through everything. Like there's just not.
Yeah.
As far as I know, there's not a possible situation to avoid it unless someone flips.
I was saying, like, what if you try to flip
So
Ellie?
maybe I
but
just do this. Maybe I say, here's the deal. This week, we know there's a good chance it'll go to Rocks. But we also know everybody on the Gihan tribe knows that both Nathan and Luke are gonna have to go at some point.
Yeah.
Yes.
So here's the deal. You flip with us, you build your resume as opposed to just going to Rocks, you vote with us, and when you do that, we can then count on you and bring you into our side for the next coming weeks when we know we have to vote out Luke and Nathan.
Did you give her the idol?
And I
Give her the idol?
give that. And
Be
say,
like-
and
Should I
if
show
you,
it to you?
and no, be like, and if you flip with us, you get this. You get this. Don't give it to her. Just say, this is yours.
If you vote with us, and then let's give it to her.
Yeah, and then we'll give it to her tomorrow night.
After she votes with us. Like to show that we're trustworthy.
What if I say, here's the deal? I'll let you decide how to reach out with it.
Yes, perfect. This is the best plan we have.
I've heard from the original Gihan.
Okay.
And they're pretty set on going to Rocks. But I think they can save us from that.
Okay.
Okay? I know the last thing you want to do is flip.
Yeah.
But here's my proposition.
Okay.
If you look
Okay.
at your resume that you're building for Final 3 right now, then your resume is about this big, right? Because you've been to Tribal once, right? All of Gihan, we've been to Tribal and we've been playing the game since the beginning. Especially Luke and Nathan have huge resumes, especially after last week, which is super dangerous. So while the 5 Gihan are strong right now, we know that Luke and Nathan have to go soon or they're going to beat everybody out in the Final 3. Okay?
Yeah.
So what would make sense for you is to make your big move now and vote with us. You can choose who we all vote for, like straight up. You pick which member of Tigress you want us to vote for. I have them all wrapped around my finger. We will all vote for whoever you want. So that's your big move. Okay?
Okay.
Then, because we all know that Luke and Nathan have to go, you're not on the bottom of Gihan at all. Because Liz and Ben and I are like solid about Luke and Nathan going.
Okay.
Because they scare the crap out of us.
Yeah.
Right? So then you're part of our 4, me, you, Liz, Ben. We pick off whoever we want. And then we all have a pretty level playing field at the Final 3 because we have our big threats knocked out. Okay?
Okay.
And I'll sweeten the deal.
I'm listening.
Because I have an idol.
Okay. How do you find these things?
You can look at it, you can open it. So, you flip with us. The second after Tribal, if whoever you vote for goes home, I'll give it to you. Straight up.
Oh, I gotta slow down.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just like don't want to go to Rocks tomorrow because I have the worst
really-
luck ever, and it will be.
No,
Oh my gosh. So, mind blown.
So let me just, so if I don't do this, we will go to Rocks. You
Yeah.
guys are gonna stay.
Yeah. Yeah.
When she originally started talking about like getting me to switch, I was like, you're wasting your time. Like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm never, maybe I'll play it off like I will, but I would never switch on my team because I love Tigress and I love the people in Tigress and I've built great friendships and relationships, but man, that girl is persuasive.
So why, I guess I don't understand like why you chose me to do this. Like,
Because I know you.
yeah. But like,
I know you and I trust you.
yeah, I guess you probably know I'm not like malicious, so.
Right.
I have total control if they're telling the truth. So they would let me choose who to go. Not just that, but apparently I wouldn't be at the bottom of their tribe. They would vote out Luke and Nathan before me, which I don't believe that, honestly. I think they would use me for this vote. They would have majority over Tigress, and then they'd vote the rest of us out. The only thing is that I would have the immunity idol.
There's someone. Okay. When you look at my tribe, who do you see as kind of the leader of our tribe?
Is it Nate?
I'd say he's more the leader of the tribe. But
would you rather Nate out than anyone else?
Of everyone on my tribe that I don't get along with, he's the one that's broken the most trust on the tribe. He's the one that made the thing up about us.
I just don't want us to go to Rocks tomorrow and someone be out.
That doesn't.
And you regret it.
Yeah.
Because like you have the chance to flip.
I do really like the idea of it. I think it would be a really big move. And I think it would definitely help me down the line.
My heart and my head are just not agreeing right now. My head's like, okay, this is a great risk. Like, even if it comes back to bite you, like, this would make the game interesting. It would be a big move. It would be memorable. Like, you should do it. And my heart's like, I love Dawson. I love MJ. Stick with your team and you're going to be safe, hopefully. But if I don't go with Gihan on this, they're all going to want me gone, I think. In which case, Nate would totally swap to vote me out with Gihan. My head hurts. If she's telling the truth, like, I could win the game if I do this. What if we go to Rocks and I draw the wrong one and I lose because I didn't take this opportunity? Is that a risk I'm willing to take? I don't know. What am I gonna do? If I go home on Rocks, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be pissed.
Okay, so we have tribal council in about 1 hour, and I am beyond stressed. What Tigress doesn't realize is that the 5 left for Gihan have been 5 strong from the beginning. Ellie told me last night when we met that she's watched us backstab each other the entire game, which means they likely think that we might flip, even though we've made it clear to them that we won't. They've made it clear to us that they won't flip, but they've also expressed that they don't like Nate. So, our goal tonight is to get Nate out of the game. I'm not confident that it's going to turn out well for us tonight, which makes me really sad because I've really enjoyed playing this game and I've loved meeting these people, especially with my alliance, and I think it's really, really stressful that one of us could be going home tonight, and that makes me really sad.
Welcome, guys, to the first tribal council after the merge. So, Nathan, how hectic has this week been after you guys finally merged in the individual portion of this game? How crazy is that?
Substantially less crazy than I expected. A lot of people have been super busy, so it's been really hard to talk to people. I don't know what's going to really happen for sure tonight.
So, Elliot, is things kind of up in the air still? Have you guys got a concrete plan, or?
I'd love to say yes, but like Nate said, it's been really hard. We've all had like super, super crazy weeks. I'd like to say we're all on the same page, but I really can't say for sure.
Luke, so this week after the merge, how things changed now that it's more of an individual game than a tribal game? How has that changed your perceptions of people?
Yeah, I mean that was the big thing coming into the merge. I mean we knew that going in. We knew like this was going to happen. It's going to start becoming more of an individual game as it goes along. But that's definitely been a big part. You have to always keep that in the back of your mind. What's going to be best for my game going forward? I know everyone here is seeing the exact same thing, but for me specifically, like there's a plan set in place for tonight for my game and how I want to move forward. I know everyone's kind of thinking these by something.
And Ben, at this point in the game, is this the perfect opportunity to make a move at the 5-5 and add it to your resume, or is it still too soon to be playing that individual?
It's hard to say exactly because there's just so much like constant things going on in Survivor. It's like
at one time what could have been a good move may not necessarily be like a good move, because again, like if like you make a big move, then it's okay, people are like, oh wow, that person's made a big move. But at the same time, if you don't make a big move, then it's like, why would you ever get like votes at the end? So it's kind of like you just have to go with your gut and what you think is the best decision, really.
What's your gut telling you?
That's a good question. I don't really know myself, quite frankly.
So Dawson, you have that beautifully made necklace around your neck. Did you really need that this week? Was that something that you really wanted and really came out in the clutch with?
Yeah, I do think that I'm appreciating this right now. I definitely think since this is a pivotal vote that could affect the rest of the game, especially since there are 5 original Gihan members and 5 original Tigers members, and it could potentially be a 5-5 vote and it could go to Rocks. Having this around my neck is so much more of a security, and so I'm thankful that I have it, even if it might put a bigger threat on me. I can deal with that later, so.
So MJ, Dawson said the R word, Rocks. Is that something you're concerned about tonight? He said that it's still, maybe some old tribal lines are still drawn. Do you think they'll be bleeding over into new alliances, or do you think y'all are sticking strong with those original bonds?
I think we're sticking strong. No one likes going to Rocks. I thought that was what was going to happen last week, and I think that's what everyone's pretty okay with. Yeah, there's been like confusion and not a lot of communication, but I think everyone doesn't want to make that move yet.
So Liz, the big buzz of last week was that there were not 1 but 2 hidden immunity idols played. Is that a factor in tonight? Is that a question of, is there one still out there? Is that affecting how you guys are voting?
Definitely always having that concern that somebody does have the idol, and what if we vote this person and they play it, and then, you know, our plan doesn't work or whatever happens. I don't think it's too big of a concern at this point, because it is 5 old Tigers and 5 old Gihan, so like we don't necessarily know. Since the smaller tribes, it was easier to pick like who each other were going to vote for, but in this is kind of difficult because there's so many.
So Alexa, you are getting to meet some new people for the first time now that we're in the individual portion of this game. How are your perceptions of people that you're just now meeting, and even people you've known, changing now that we're at Merge?
I think it's really hard because there's all these different new connections you can be making. Obviously the Merge makes it into a little bit more of an every man for himself game, like you said, but it's also easy to revert back to the people that you've known before that you trust. But the Merge can bring out new sides of everybody. You know, everyone has different motives now, and it's really hard to tell, especially when we're 5 or so weeks into the game, and you're just now meeting some people that have been playing the whole time. It's really hard to know, should I trust you over the people I've been playing with, even though they may have done things that I don't trust anymore? Like, do I trust someone I have no history with at all? So I think it's been really hard kind of to decide, but I wouldn't be surprised if it still shook out as a 5-5 and going to Rocks, just because that's what people are comfortable with. I don't know, it's not always the smartest move to go with what you're comfortable with, especially when you don't have a resume, but I think that could be what happens tonight.
Well, I don't know about you, but going to Rocks is not something comfortable, so.
I think all of us know certain people that we don't want to go to the end with. Like sitting here, people on both tribes don't want to go to the end with certain people in this game, and I think that could affect tonight's vote too.
Okay, so do you think that getting out those people you know you don't want to sit with in the end now, or are you taking those people that you do trust that you know you still can't beat at the end, still dragging them along a little bit further?
You can't win this game without risk, and now is a good time to take a risk that's going to get you to the end of the game and launch your alliance, whatever it may be, forward. But you can't know for sure until we vote.
So Nathan, there's the 3 criteria of Survivor: outwit, outplay, and outlast. Which of that are you honing in on and choosing who you're going to vote out tonight?
That's tough. I mean, it's basically a mix of all 3. You gotta outlast and you gotta outwit. You can't really outplay them both, but you kind of can at the same time. So tonight, it sounds like it's gonna be the Survivor gods choose who goes home.
Nicole, another R word was brought up tonight by Alexa, and that R word is resume. That's a big part of the Survivor game. You have to build your resume. You have to make a jury vote for you in the end. What is that playing? What is the resume building playing into this stuff?
Yeah, I think resume is important, but at the same time, I think it's kind of early on for that because trust is so important in this game. So yeah, you can flip on everyone in your alliance just to get something on the resume, but if you don't make it to the end, then you don't have any chance to pinch your case. So I think that's important to think of. But I don't know if the vote after the merge is the right time to do something like that.
I probably would disagree with what Nicole was just saying. You're trying to build your resume the entire game. When the jury votes for you at the end, they're going to look at the big moves that you made from day 1 until day 70, I guess, or that's whatever the game ends. So you're building your resume from day 1, and you have to you have to make big moves and big things. And I mean, this is my 5th tribal council. There's already been some huge moves that I haven't made, and I know the same for a lot of people from both the young tribe have made too. So this is our plan sticking forward with this vote is we need to stick together in order to make it past and make it farther along. But there's been, some of the people come from the Tigers tribe that haven't had that opportunity yet to make big moves. Some people only go to tribal council one time, and so I don't know. That's huge throughout the entire game, and it's not gonna become a huge thing. It's gonna be a huge thing the entire game, but it doesn't all of a sudden kick in after this week. Is what I'm trying to say.
So it seems like we've heard pleas for big moves. We've heard pleas for loyalty. Let's go see which one's going to win out, if anything wins out. All right, let's get the vote.
Good luck, man.
There's only room for one Nathan in this game, so I hope you go tonight.
The hour of destiny approaches. If it ends up going to rocks, dear Jesus, please don't let me be the one pulling it.
I hope people flip on you. Otherwise, we're going to rocks.
This sucks.
If anyone has a hidden immunity, I don't know if I can play it now. First vote. Nate. Nathan. Third vote. Nate. Nathan. That's 2 votes Nathan, 2 votes Nate. Nate. Nathan. Nate. Nathan. That's 4 votes Nathan, 4 votes Nate. 2 votes left. Nate. Final vote. Nathan. We have a tie. How will this work? Everyone but Nathan and Nate will vote. You will only vote for either Nathan or Nate. Alright, let's get to it.
Can I say something real quick, everyone?
Yeah.
Is that fine? So, we knew this was we assumed this was gonna happen beforehand, right? So, I'm just saying, this is, if you want to make a big move, now's the time to do so. And I know it doesn't make sense to put moves or whatever, but there are, there's room to work here, I promise, on the side. So if you want to make a big move, now's the time, that's what I'm trying to say.
And make the big move by going to our side. Is what
Here's what I'll say. Here's what one of the Tigers people pointed out to me earlier this week is that you guys have watched us be flexible and play a new game every week. There hasn't been a consistent voting block, and while that might have made sense for us this week, we've played different games every single week. So just because you flip this way doesn't mean that you're going to be on the bottom of the 5. We've acknowledged that we know that there are different threats on our side, and so Just something to think about is that it doesn't necessarily mean that you're like flipping over to the other alliance. It means that you're flipping over to the 5 people that have played differently every week.
And like what she said before is like is so true. Like you have to start building your resume now. And I'm not trying to mean, but Nicole, Elle, you guys have been the one tribal council. And you guys took the easy vote the very first week with splitting out Sam. So it's like there needs to be the moves in the game for like in order for you guys like to make it far in the game, make big moves at the end. So just think about it before you decide to put them with them. So let's get to it.
Dear Jesus, please don't let me be the one drawing the rock, quite frankly, because that would suck big time.
I think that risks are important in this game.
If this works out, I'm taking everyone out of Chipotle.
First vote, Nathan. Second vote, Nate. Okay. It's one vote each. Nathan. Nate. It's 2 votes each. Nathan. Nate. Still tied. 2 more votes left. Nathan. It's 4 votes Nathan, 3 votes Nate, 1 vote left. Nate, you're tied. How this will work, we'll have a brief discussion. If you guys can come to a unanimous decision to vote out either Nathan or Nate, that person will be going home. One person, that's all it takes to say, we're going to rocks, I'm not going to flip, and we will go to rocks. How rocks will work, Nathan and Nate will be safe, along with Dawson, who has immunity. Everyone else will draw 1 rock out of a bag. The odd color rock is the person that goes home. Alright, so discuss amongst yourself, see if you can come to a conclusion.
Alright, so the only reason why I feel like it makes more sense to flip on the old Tigers than the old Gihan is because out of like all of us, I feel like we have less threats. And compared to Nathan, I feel like Nate is a bigger threat. And like since we are in the merge, I think it makes more sense to get Nate out.
So wait, so you're saying that we have more threats on our tribe, so we should give up our numbers so you can pick us off?
No, I'm saying that we should get more threats out because the alliances are going to have to merge because if you aren't super good at challenges, if you're going to be sitting in the end with someone who was, you're not going to win. Like, I know that for myself, that I would not win if I was sitting next to Nate, Dawson, MJ, I would not. And I think someone...
So you guys can't trust her, obviously. She just threw out 3 names of people she's not going to sit next to.
But I think that's just honesty.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're grasping for straws right now because you know you're one of the biggest threats, and you also know that you were voted for because your name was thrown out by each and every one of the members on your team. And so I just want you to know that there's a reason your name was written down, and that even if you make it past this, I would be really careful who you align with because there's a reason they don't trust you. And they've all said that they don't trust you. And so I'm not throwing any of them under the bus. I'm just being honest with you, saying that if you make it through this, you should be concerned, especially because we're all honest enough to say, hey, I know Luke is a threat, I know Nathan's a threat. I can acknowledge that, exactly. But I also know that you're a big threat, and I think that you're the one who's worth going home this week. And it doesn't make sense for anyone to simply stay aligned with people because they were randomly put on tribe with them from the very beginning. That's elementary playing. We've had to make it this far, we've had to make moves, we've been here 5 weeks in a row, and you guys have sat around. And so I think ultimately it makes more sense for you guys to make a move now.
Who heard me say that Nate's a threat? Because I never said that.
And I've heard that you've lied to quite a few people in this game already too.
What about Christmas line? You don't know. It's all December.
This isn't productive.
No, it's not.
All right, that's settled. One person, that is all you need.
All right.
So what will happen? Everyone will reach into the bag, grab one rock. The white colored rock is the one that you don't want to pull. All the others are black. That means you're safe. White means you're going home. Bill. Ellie, the tribe has not spoken, but the rocks have vehicles.
Ellie, the rocks have spoken.
Thank you. Bye, Ellie.
I'm bummed. Part of me is like, you should have taken Alexa's deal that she gave me, but I'll stick with myself and say at the beginning of this, I said I would rather make friends than win, and I definitely made awesome friends, you know, and I'm happy with that. I'm excited to be part of the jury. Tiger's strong. Part of me says I should have switched and voted Nate, but at least I gave Tigress a chance. I'm proud of myself for sticking with my friends and being loyal, because I am a loyal person. So I'm so sad because this is the highlight of my week. Right up my alley. I love the challenges. I love the friends I've made. I love the excitement of it. Overall, highlight of my semester, easily.
Next time on Survivor LU. After a dramatic tribal council, both sides continue their struggle for power.
Nate's gotta go. Gosh, dude. What was going on the whole time, dude?
Things are shaken up as an idol clue is dropped mid-challenge.
The clue to the hidden immunity idol.
Leading to an all-out scramble to find the idol before morning.
Genesis 11:4.
And more targets emerge as the game ramps up.
They do not want to go to the end with Dawson, like, at all. So if they take a shot at him and I don't have any control over whether he goes or stays, I'm okay with that.
They're liars. They're just lying away.